Hi, my friends. It's Nancy Basti, and I'm coming on today to make some fabric paper. Now, I have done this years ago. I did it, but I think I did it wrong because when I went to use it for a book cover, I folded it and it cracked down the seam. So I threw it in the garbage. Well, today I don't have a piece of fabric for say fabric quote, and I was watching Gail Agostinelli. I think that's how she says her name. Anyway, you all know her. She does amazing things. Anyway, I don't know, it came up on my side of my column on my YouTube channel, and so I popped on it and I was watching her, and she was using tissue paper and napkins, soft papers to make this soft so it will be pliable. So anyway, I found this piece of, per se, quote, fabric. It is a piece of muslin that I painted a few years ago, and it was quite big. I cut off quite a bit of it to make the size I wanted here, and plus it was crooked. So what I want to do is make the fabric paper and have this as my cover. Now, I talked to Gail and I asked her if she thought that the bottom layer could be, like the fabric layer, could be turned over to be the cover. And she said, she didn't feel that it wouldn't work, so she said I could fold it any way I wanted. So that's what I plan on doing. So what I have here is I have a big old tub full of glue with water and a few squirts of, I need to stir it, a few squirts of acrylic sealer in it, about 15 squirts of that in it, because that's what Angie from My Fairy Treasures does, and it makes it kind of like a matte medium. But this is real thin. You want it real thin when you make this paper, this fabric paper. You want your glue real thin. A lot of people use Mod Podge and water it down. And I would have if I'd had Mod Podge, but I didn't have any. The only Mod Podge I have is decoupage, and it's the same, basically the same thing, but it's all was either gloss or glitter. I didn't have any matte. And I gotta save my stick, my stir stick here, because I found this downstairs. And yeah, I gotta save it. So I'm just gonna sit it over here and let it dry. And so I went and I got this basket full of stuff. I got tissue paper in here. I got some Jane Davenport collage paper. I have Tim Holtz tissue paper. This is some collage paper that I ordered off of, I don't know where, but I think it was Stamperia. I have some gauze stuff that Josie Ghetto painted and sent me. And all kinds of napkins and all kinds of deli paper that I jelly plated on. And we're going to just put rows and rows and layers and layers and layers of this stuff. And this is the napkin that I want to use on the very, not this one, on the very end of it. So this would be like the outside or the inside of my book, my cover. So I want that on the inside. So I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to set these napkins aside because these are the ones I want to use when I end the session. When I get all finished. And I think there's another one of those napkins in here somewhere. I don't want to use it because I want it to be on. I have just gobs and gobs and gobs of stuff in here. Oh, and I have some tissue paper that it's the other part of the napkin, the white part of the napkin that I stamped on. I think you all watched me do this. I think I did it online one time. And I got a bunch of this in there that I'm going to use. Yeah, so I'm just going to use a bunch of stuff. And what we do is because this is such thick and it's painted on the outside, I'm going to paint my, and I have a mat, a baking mat that I got from the store. You know, it's just one of these, it's Mrs. Anderson's baking mat. And I have a piece of this wrap, I think I've showed you this 100 times, but when I moved in here, the movers left this package of wrap. They were wrapping up stuff to move it here, and they left me this whole roll, and it's got quite a bit left on it. So I've been using it, instead of buying saran wrap, I have been using this. Now I gotta find a brush that I want to use. And I should have had this already. Where is my big brush? I have this one, but I have also a bigger one. And I don't know where it has disappeared to. Oh well. I'm not going to take time to find it. I'll just use this one. This is a soft, brush that I got from, I think I bought it on AliExpress. So yeah, I want to coat this real good. And I want to, coat the inside of that. I don't know if I really need to coat this because it's just going to be on this side. I think I shouldn't have done this. Oh well, I've done it now. So guess what? The material's going to go on here. So that's what we're going to do. It's just glue stuff on and make fabric paper. And hopefully this turns out, because I really like this piece of material. And I really, I need to get these a little closer to me. I have my tea that I'm going to be drinking. Because I get very thirsty. I also bought this brush on Amazon, and I think I'm going to go back into my orders. They had bigger, wider ones, and I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to get a wider one for, to use this. And it's not a brush, it's silicone. And it just, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try using this, and I moved my phone. That was my phone you heard, and my glasses, and my pen, and set my stuff over there. I might need my glasses, so I'll sit them there. So, yeah, so I won't lose them. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to start with this piece of paper. It's a collage paper. Like I said, they come in sheets like this. I don't want all that white stuff. And also, in one of my collage papers that I ordered, I got this water pen, and you push on it like you do you put water in it and you push on the nib like you would do a marker, and it puts water. And so I got this also if I want to cut, let's see if it'll work on here. If I want to cut pieces of, you know, yeah, it works really good on that. Look at that. Oh, I like this little pen. So I'm going to make some jiggy lines like that and like that. Oh, look how cool that is. Except for whatever's on this paper is moving. Look at that. Look, I got splatters on this paper. So whatever they print is on this paper, it's moving with wet stuff, which will be okay. I said it was collage paper, so hopefully that's really what it is. So I'm just going to put a bit on here, just a little bit. We'll see how this thing works. I'm not sure about it. I'm just not too sure, and I don't want to spill that. That would be a disaster if I spilled all this. So anyway, I have next week, Tuesday, I'm not going to use this brush. It's just not working well. The land, see, I don't know if this is going to work on this paper, really, to tell you the truth, on this material. I rent this house from a management company, and the landlady lives in, she's a lawyer, and she has a firm she works at a firm in Miami, Florida. And she is coming out here to visit her parents, I guess, for Thanksgiving. And I'm sure she has, I hope the management company has told her that I plan on moving out, because she plans on, when I got back from my trip to Utah this summer, I had an email from the management, oh, that's sticking down pretty good, from the management company saying that when my lease was up, she planned on putting the house up for sale and wanted to know if I wanted to buy it. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not buying it. I'm not getting myself at this age into something like that. So that kind of just made me get busy on planning on moving my hiney butt out to Utah. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to put some heavier paper through that spine. Too late now. I was going to use this. I was going to cut this up and use this for the spine. And, oh gosh, what fell on the floor out of my basket back there is so full of stuff. So I'm going to see if this will tear. No, I don't want it to tear all different ways. So I'm going to put that in the spine area. Put another piece down here. So yeah, so that is what's going to happen. And I should double that up in the spine or if I should just butt it up to it. I don't want to make it too thick in the spine. I'm going to bring it out and let it overlap because I'll be cutting the edges off anyway. So anyway, yeah, so that's how come I am, and I'm started packing, and that's what I'm using my time for. That's why I haven't made the videos that I planned on making when I got back from Utah. I planned on being here like 2 or 3 times a week, and that just hasn't seemed to work out for me because I've just been really busy getting things packed, and I finally got Wes's, the extra bedroom that was Wes's music drum room slash guest room slash mess room slash, you know, he just made a big mess in there. So I finally worked my tail off yesterday. I still have got a set of drums that I've got to figure out how they're all set up, and I don't know how to take them apart, and they're in front of the closet because that's where he used to go upstairs and play his drums. And he set them up in front of the closet. Of course, he never used the closet anyway. He just kind of used the floor. Yeah. And I would hang his clothes up in the closet, and he'd just reach in there, and he would just pull them. He wouldn't, yeah, he would just pull and break the hanger, and yeah, that's what he did. Okay, so we got that down there. All right, let's use something else. Let's use some of this. I should use my water brush. Take that apart. And I don't want all that white. So I worked my little tail off yesterday cleaning that room, and I want to let you guys know something. If you don't already know this, and you have hardwood floors, or even if you have fake hardwood floors, I bought what is called a product. It's called Bona, and they have one out that is, now when I first moved in here, I bought it to wax the floors, and I cleaned the floors with my steam cleaner, and then I waxed them with this Bona. Well, Wes's floor up there was, that floor in that room was quite the mess. And it kind of upset me when I was cleaning his table off and going through his medicines and stuff, and I look down and I see that the floor is all got sticky stuff on it, and I knew there was sticky stuff on his table, and I guess he spilt a drink, a Coke or something, and didn't clean it up, and it got on that hardwood floor, and it was kind of a sticky gooey mess on there. And my steam cleaner, now excuse me, I thought I had that muted. Here, let me mute my incoming calls. I'll put sound, and I will put sound. I will put it on mute, and it's going to be on temporary mute. So, okay, there. Now, hopefully I'll remember to take it off of mute when I get off of here. I get so many bot calls. But anyway, yeah, so I had seen advertisements on TV about the new Bona mop thing you could get, and I thought it was just to put the wax on. And I looked online, and they have one out that's a floor cleaner. And it comes in a spray bottle, and you spray it on the floor, and then you wipe it. And I have one of those. I had bought one of those mop type cleaner things that has a you know, you can take the dirty one. There's several different I don't know what to call them, things you can put on it. It's not like a Swiffer mop, but kind of like a Swiffer mop. But this is Jane Davenport's collage paper, and it's a little thick, and I don't know if I should use that. It's not like it's like this. It's not like tissue paper. I don't think I want to use that. I don't want to get any now see, this is tissue paper from Tim Holtz, and it's kind of like that, but not really. So I kind of want to cut that off. Yeah, so anyway, so I didn't have to go buy the mop thingy. I already had that, and I had the extra ones to go on. One's for, it has a long handle on it, and you put one on it to dust your walls and clean your walls, and another one for floors, and yeah, stuff like that. They're different fibers. And so I went and purchased that Bona stuff, and I went up there, and I could only do part of the floor because there's a bed up there that I'm waiting for people to come and take it down and take it. One of the family members wants to keep it in the family, and I'm waiting for a call from a couple of my church guys that will come and take it out this week, and so I can clean the other part of the floor. And then, but I wanted to tell you that bonus stuff, I sprayed it on and I cleaned the floor like it said. Then I rinsed out the pad thing that you put on the mop. It has Velcro that it sticks on. And I'm just going to tear these napkins. I'm not going to worry about them. And then I went over it with another application with the with just plain water, kind of rinsed it. And then I sprayed it again with the Bona, and I washed it, and I could see it was bringing up all the sticky stuff, but it wasn't taking up the wax. And that's what I was afraid of. If I used my steam cleaner, it would take up all the wax that I had put down when I first moved in here. I waxed all the floors. And I didn't want it to take all the wax off. So but I did buy wax just in case I needed to Bona has a liquid hardwood floor wax, and oh, it's gorgeous. After you clean those floors and wax them, your floors are just gorgeous. They are just like glass. They're just gorgeous. So anyway, I went up there. I went in there this morning to look at it, and those floors are just gorgeous. It is just so clean, and I got down on my bent down to check to see if it was still sticky, and it was not. And oh man, I was so thankful, because I was so afraid that it was gonna mess up the floor and I was gonna have to pay, because there was a big spot on the floor, but it just blended it right in. It took up so I am in love with that Bona stuff. I always was in love with the wax, but now I'm really, really like that cleaner, man. So what I plan on doing, I moved all of the musical components, and I called one of Wes's friends who is a lawyer, and I left a message on his phone, and then I talked to him yesterday and told him that I had all this musical components of Wes's that I wanted to give him first dibs on, and we talked about it, and I told him, I said, I'm not looking to get money out of it, I just want them out of my hair. And I know Wes would say, I can hear him, you need to sell those, honey, you need to sell them. But it's just been too hard on me. I've got these drum sets I need to sell, and I just don't want to mess with it. Look at this tissue paper. Look at these great big words on this tissue paper, and I don't think I've ever used it. It's still folded up. I'm going to tear a piece off. Just like that. Yep, I did it. I tore it up. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? No, I can't get it folded back up. So yeah, I got this tissue paper that has all these letters, big letters on it. So, I'm pleased. I am so pleased with how that I was so worried. I was so worried that one spot I thought up there that he may have not let the dog out, and she might have wet on the floor, but it took it right up, so it must not have been dog pee on the floor. Yeah. So, Gail, I'm probably not doing this as pretty as yours came out, but I'm working on it. If you choose to watch my video, you can see I'm copying you. I'm copying you. Because you told us we could. And I'm a copycat. I am a copycat. I just hope this works, guys, because I really want that piece of paper, or that piece of material on the other side. I do. I really want that to be. Anyway, I'm just going to be doing layers and layers and layers and layers of this until it's all done. And talking to you, I don't know what else I'm going to say. If you know anybody that needs a set of drums, email me. I'll leave my email address in the bottom of my description box. And I'm not shipping them though. So if you live in Ohio or close by and want a set of drums, I have a set of Tamas and a set of Rogers and a set of Gretsch. Now the Gretsch ones are antique. Well, they're not antique, but they're special because there was only 8 of them made of this type, and so they're worth quite a bit of money, and I will let that set go with the cymbals and the hi-hats and the snare drum. I'll let that set go for $4,000. If anybody's interested in that. The other ones, the Rogers and the Tamas, let them go. They're just a drum set. There are no cymbals are with them. They're just a drum set. And I will let them go for $400. They have the snare drum with them. But anyway, you guys, if you know anybody that wants a set of drums or is looking for a set of drums in Ohio, close to Cincinnati, or that can come by and pick them up, shoot me an email, and we will discuss prices, and yeah, I will try to take pictures of them, because they're in my basement and they're not put together. That's another thing my husband did, was he always took the heads off of the bass drum. And this is gonna darken this up really quite a bit, this paper, and I'm not gonna be happy with that dark on there, so I don't think I'm gonna use too much of this. I have another piece of it, but another piece that's different, that's dark paper like that, and I don't want to use any more of that, and I don't think I want to use, and I might use some of this, because it's got butterflies and music paper, birds. It doesn't have butterflies on it. It has bird cages and birds. I might use a little bit of this. Oh yeah, it does have a butterfly on it. I am going to try and put them on YouTube sale. And if this friend of Wes's isn't interested in the components, then I'm going to put them on YouTube sale also. I'm going to take pictures of them and put them on YouTube sale. They're like receivers, and there's 901 Bose speakers. There's components like a receiver. There's some kind of a box that goes with the speakers and CD player. Wes used to put music on, and he downloaded a lot of it on the computer, and then he had it running through the speakers somehow through these components, and he would turn the music on and play to it on his drums, and he was so good. He was so good. I loved him so much. He was my little drummer boy. So anyhow, Yeah. Now this is going to darken this up. So now I'm going to go back to the lighter stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and put some more of this on here. So that's what I have been doing, guys. And I know you think I'm probably crazy to be packing so early, but you know what? This is how I think. November's here, so Thanksgiving's here. Next month is Christmas. Then there's January. Then there's January. And then there's February, where there's Valentine's holiday. And then there is March, and April is going to be here in that many months. And I want to have it all done, packed, ready to be loaded up in the truck when my kids get here on the 27th of April, because I'm going to be out of here on the 30th. Driving to Utah. And guess what? I think I got my townhouse. I think I got it, except for my son talked to the girl that manages them. He took stuff over to her that I couldn't get email to her. And he talked to her, and she says, well, do you think your mom would care if she got a unit that didn't, that wasn't brand new, that somebody else has been living in? Because I don't know if I'll have one available for that time of year that's going to be brand spanking new. And he said, oh, she doesn't care. She just wants to have a place to live. She won't care as long as it's in good condition. And so I got an email from her today, and I've got to email. She sent me a link so I could put, I have to email her $39 for application fee. Yay! I'm that far, guys. I'm that far. Can you believe it? I've gotten that far, and I'm so thrilled. I got these napkins. I want to get this lightened up from this dark stuff. I got these off of AliExpress. If you're wondering, these butterflies. I love them. If you want to do a napkin swap with me, I have a lot of them that I got off AliExpress. I would love to do a napkin swap with anybody, because I have a ton of napkins. If anybody's interested, you can email me or let me know in the comments below, and we can do a swap. I want to get that up there. I want to get that dark stuff covered up. Has anybody counted how many layers I have on here? Me either. I don't know. And I don't care. And I need to get some of my stuff that I stamped. Some of these funny, these. So, I stamped these, and I love them, and I put them away. And when I was getting stuff out in my napkin drawer, I saw these and I was like, oh my goodness, I have those and I love them and I want to use them. Yes, I'm going over the edges. I want my edges to be really, and I will cut the paper off of them, but I want my edges to be really strong. But I don't want this to be all crispy and crack. And I went to watch Gail's part 2. She did part 1 where she was making this, and then she did part 2 where she was starting to put the stuff in and make the covers for the inserts. And she was talking about that it was a little stiff, but once you maneuver it around a little bit, it goes soft. And I'm hoping that's what will happen to this, because the ones I made before, I put down paper that, like cardstock paper that I had collaged on, or not collaged, but had jelly printed on, and it was too heavy. After she said that, I was like, oh, no wonder mine cracked. That was the first thing she told everybody, was to use soft papers like tissue paper, napkins, so that it will be bendable. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go find a piece of material. And I have a beautiful piece of material from Josie. And I found that and I thought, oh, I could use that. But I've been saving it. This got a piece of glue on it, so I'm not going to use her because she's got a piece of glue on her. And I'll put her right here. So, what was I saying? Anyway, I got this beautiful piece. I'll show you. It's a beautiful piece. I've had it tucked away and it's kind of wrinkled. But Josie, she jelly plates on material. And she sent me this beautiful piece of material that she had jelly printed on. And I love it. I just love it. And I don't want to get glue on it now. So I'm going to show you. Look at this beautiful piece of material. And I was going to use that. But I think I'm going to use it some other time when I make this again. If this turns out. I didn't want to use this and then not have it turn out, because I would have been really sad. I've been saving this for so long and coveting this for so long that I just do not want to ruin it. So, okay, I got some deli paper here. Now, I do not know what is on this deli paper. I do not know if it's going to turn pink or what, but I know that I jelly printed some of this. And it's pretty, and I don't know if this is going to move. I love deli paper. Evidently, it didn't, whatever's on there is permanent because it didn't move. And I got so much of this that I tucked away thinking, okay, I'll use that in my glue book. And it stays tucked away. It never gets used. So when I was going and finding papers to use, I filled this basket full of stuff, and I got into my jelly prints, and I found these, and I thought, this is what I am going to use. I'm going to put some jelly prints, and that is, it's not, and I need some white papers in here to lighten this up because it got way too dark. So, like I said, I painted some of these, and I don't know what kind of paint I used. Oops. Get down there. Stay down there, little guy. That one's not blending in so good, but that's okay. It doesn't have to. Because I will go over it with something else. I was noticing, and I'm doing the same thing. Gail was doing it, and she was putting all this stuff on this side, and I noticed that she wasn't getting on this side, and I'm doing the very same thing, and I'm forgetting to get on this side of the paper and get it as thick as this side. So I'm trying to remember that. Now, I am worried about this paper. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too heavy. Too heavy. So I'm not going to put it in the spine yet. Well, I did there. Okay, so now we have another piece of this. We'll put that right down here. I could do a whole book with the amount of jelly, or the amount of deli paper that I have painted on. I could do 2 or 3 books. I've got so many of it, so much of it. And anyhow, I love jelly printing on jelly paper. But my next love is, and I've used all that I have painted, and so I need to have another jelly printing session. I got, this is like, I don't know if I should use this either. This is like newsprint that I used as drop paper. I'm going to put just a little bit on here. Onion skin paper. Oh, I need to pause and go get, my nose is running away. I'm going to put a little bit of this here. And I will be right back. Let me pause this, and I'll be right back. I'm back. I brought some Kleenex tissues in here in case my nose starts running again. I got this napkin also. I got tons of napkins. Just tons of them. That's why I started a napkin book, glue book, just to glue napkins in. And I'm not gotten there. This is going to take a week to dry. Look at that beautiful butterfly. Let's see if I can get that tore off of there. with that. Oh, I tore its wing. I don't know why I'm trying to do this, because it's going to get covered up. And we'll put that one right there. Yeah, so I hope I was really upset the other month ago when I went to the craft store to buy some glue. And I should have just gone to the hardware store and bought some there. Because I went to the craft store, I went to Michael's. They built a new one close to me. And I went there to buy some glue, Elmer's glue all. And of course they didn't have any. They had school glue, but they didn't have any glue all. And in the gallons. So I wasn't gonna, I decided I would walk around a little bit and see if I could find glue all anywhere. But they've got this school, gallons and gallons of this school glue, because, you know, kids are making slime. And, yeah. So I walked around and I found this gallon of, it is, let's see, what is it called? It's called Craft. It's Michael's brand. It's called Craft Smart White Glue. Now, I don't know if it's glue all or if it's like Elmer's glue, but it was cheap. It was cheaper because it's an off-brand, so I bought it, and it looks like it's gonna, hopefully it's gonna work okay on here. Hopefully it will, because I'm sure it will. I'm sure the glue all would have worked, or the Elmer's glue. I've always had the glue all. And I don't know. Oops. I think white glue is white glue, right? I don't know what the big deal between Elmer's glue and glue all is. If anybody knows, can they please let me know? In the description down below, or in the comments down below, can you please tell me what you think the difference is, and why people want to use glue all instead of Elmer's glue, school glue. Because they're both water soluble. Does one hold better than the other? I don't know. Do you like this napkin? You like this psychedelic color napkin? And you know what? I need to go up here in this corner. I try to, but I'm doing the same thing that Gail was doing. I keep going to one spot more than the other. I noticed that when I was watching her. So, I don't know how many layers we have on here. Now let me see if it's getting heavy. Yeah, it's getting a little heavy. Maybe I should start, let's see, on this side. I think it needs a little more on this side. It's not as heavy as that side. Especially down in this corner. Let's see. Yeah, this side's heavier. I need to work on this side. So, I'm just gonna put napkins down, I think. I don't think I want to do any more deli paper. I do want to use this napkin though. You can put as many layers as you want on here, as far as I know. As far as Gail said, I wasn't counting her layers. I don't know. However, I do know I love these butterflies. I just want it to be soft. Now I'm going to put this out on my back porch to dry, and it's kind of cold here, and I'm hoping it will dry. It might take 5 days to do it, but I don't have any other place to put it. I guess I could, I don't have any place where it's warm. You know what I mean? I have shelves out there, if you can get past the boxes. Yeah, I saved boxes, and I'm so glad I saved boxes. But when I saved boxes, I didn't break boxes down. I just threw them out there in that back porch, screened in back, enclosed back porch that's hot in the summer and cold in the winter. And I don't know why they ever built something like that without. It's got Berber carpeting on it and windows, old-fashioned windows that you roll. It's really cool. It really is cool looking. And I had my craft room when I first moved in. It was in April. And so I thought, oh, my craft room will be cool out here. I'll just put it out here. And I put all the shelves out there and had the movers put all the shelves and everything out there, because that's where I was going to put my craft room, right? So I did. I put my craft room, and then it turned winter. And in the summer it was fine because I could open the windows, and I had a fan, and I could suck my, oh, look at this napkin. I could suck my air conditioning because I built it on from the living room, or maybe it was, I don't know, dining room, I don't know. And they left the old windows in from the living room out, and they're the old kind of slide up, and they have screens on them. And I could open those and put my fan on the inside and blow it to the outside, and it would blow the air conditioning out into where I was crafting, and it was wonderful. I loved it out there. I had so many beautiful windows to look out at, and I could see out and see the dogs in the backyard, and it was just a wonderful place to be. And I'm testing, and this side still feels like it needs more. And yeah, well, it turned cold. And when it turned cold, it turned cold. And there was no heater. You know, they could have easily put base heaters, electric base heaters out there. If you wanted to, you know, have a place to go read or put plants or, you know. But no, they didn't. Because see, before I got divorced, I enclosed my carport and built a beauty salon in there, and we put base heaters in there. Yeah. Electric base heaters, and I could turn them off when I didn't need them. I could turn them on when it got cold. And it was just wonderful. Now, they were not expensive, and they were not expensive to run. It all depends on what you were going to use. You know, I had a salon, so I ran them all day and turned them off at night, and then warmed it up in the daytime. But the only problem was it was hot out there in the summer, and I did not compensate for to have a window air conditioner put in that room, or yeah, and it was really hot in the summer. It was hot to do hair out there, and it was hot for the customers. But yeah, then I got divorced and lost it all. That's another story. There's a bubble right there. There's a bubble. All right, I'm going to start. Let's see. I still feels like I need to do more up here in this corner. Let's see. What do I want up there? Well, I need that. Oh, I have some music notes. Napkins. And it would have just been very, very nice if they would have considered doing that. Now, if the new people that buy the house, they could consider doing that, and it would be really lovely to have that room, because you could still use it in the summertime, but you certainly cannot use it in the winter, and that's really sad. Really sad. Alright, I think I have enough layers on here. Still feels really... I'm going to use this one. Oh, I forgot. I had this one. It has a bunny on a bicycle. Look at this bunny on a bicycle. And I got this from AliExpress. Isn't that cute? He's cute. He's really cute. I should not have put these straight lines in here, but I did. Now he's going to get covered up because I'm going to use one of these. I got these off of AliExpress also. I love this napkin. It's all about France and post Francaise, something like that, with a butterfly on it. Put it right up here. And then I'm going to start, I think what I'm going to do now, I know Gail, she did hers because she was using this part as her outside. This is going to be my inside. So, and I know years ago when we were all doing this, and the person that I watched, I will not mention her name, she, at the very end, would put a whole piece of she wouldn't tear it up. She would put a whole piece of paper on it to hold all these in place, which I don't think they need to be held in place. But the idea of putting a whole piece on here is because this is going to be my inside notebook, and I want it to have these butterflies on, and I don't want to just cut out butterflies and put them on here, so I'm going to use the whole napkin. That's what Nancy's gonna do. And then that will be it. And then I will let this dry, and we will come back when it's dry, and I will hopefully reveal it to you guys. Now, this one didn't have the backing taken off of it. How silly of me. Because I sat and took backing off of all of them that I was going to use. And I have a whole drawer downstairs. Oh, then I moved my craft room from out there in that back porch area. I moved it to the basement. And then this room that I'm in now was the dining room slash hospital room slash now craft room. I have moved up, not everything, because I still got to pack and go through what's in the basement still. I have paper pads that I'm going to donate because I'm not going to take them with me. Alright, I'm going to place this whole napkin on here. Like that. Because that's going to be my inside of my little book here. And I'm going to make it like a Midori. And the inserts, now I know that Gail, she made more paper fabric for covers for her inserts. And I don't think I'm going to do that, but I think I am going to jelly print on some canvas paper. And I have this paper text, this craft text. I have still quite a bit of that, and I could use that, but I want to use canvas paper because I want to keep it soft, and I want the inserts to be soft, the covers on them. So I'm going to use canvas, and I'm going to jelly print on it and doodle on the front of it and stamp on the front of them. And if I get around to it, because I still have to finish the Dilutions one that I started. I've got all the inserts cut, and I need to do the Dilutions paint and stuff on the covers. Alright, now I'm going to take this one and I'm only going to use half part of it. I don't want to double it up again on. Oh, come on. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to use my water brush. You won't be able to see me, but I'm over here on the other side. And I'm just going to use my water brush. No, I'm not, because I don't have a place to do it. So I'm just going to tear a piece off. And yeah, it's going to overlap a little bit, but that's okay. And I'm going to put that on there like that. Now I know this underside is going to show through, and that's okay. It's quite okay, because it's not that dark stuff, and it's stuff that I wanted on there, so this is going to be just fine on here. Just fine. And I've been on here, how long? It says this other, oh, I've been on here longer than that, because this half of the video says 22 minutes. And I know the other half was longer than that when I went to blow my nose. And I have to weld them together, so it's going to make it over an hour video. So I want to get off of here. All right, so I'm going to put my glue away, and I'm going to say thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll come back again and watch the reveal of me taking it off of the paper, off of the saran wrap. That's the reason you put saran wrap on it, so it'll come off of the saran wrap. And hopefully it will. And hopefully my corners are all glued down, my edges. And so I will say goodbye. You know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and leave a comment, and click the bell, and give me a thumbs up, please. Thank you guys. Love you all, and I will be back when this is finished. Well, not finished, but when it's finished drying. Bye-bye.